Hey everyone, this is Lug&Tug Sawmill. I'm Brent. Today Carol and I are going to saw some 1.5 inch thick white oak to put a deck on our trailer. Rodney had a big old white oak blow over in a windstorm, and he said I could have the saw logs, and it just so happened that the deck on our 16-foot trailer was beginning to fall apart. So we're going to saw it into some 1.5 inch stuff to redeck our trailer. We're going to be sawing with a resharpened 747 blade today. White oak's about the hardest thing we saw, and I'd like to have some 4-degree to work on it with, but I don't have them, so we're going to saw it with a 747. This old big log's heavy. I had to help the winch out. We did find out later that the battery was pretty low on the winch, and maybe that'll fix it if it charges the battery more often. Yeah. Yeah. You can barely tell that thing's moving. I am actually sawing, it's coming, but it's just going to take a while. Sometimes it seems like it's going to make a long day out of this job. And a little bit of sweep made the slab so big we couldn't move. We had to cut it into firewood chunks before we could get it off the mill. Since the winch wasn't working so good, I thought I'd just turn it with the jack. The jack never fails. Sometimes it's hard to do, but it never fails. I think that thing is getting heavier the older it gets. This thing is twice as fast as it actually is, so you can tell it takes a long time to get through this log. Looks about like a normal cut now. Finally got a slab off there little enough for Carol to handle. That's the first one. a little tension in that log, but it'll lay flat on that trailer deck, kind of tie it down a little bit. We're getting pretty close now. We finally got something that square on two corners, so it won't be long till we get a real can. And there's going to be our first board if we can ever get it edged.
Yeah, in. Stop.
This has been a real struggle. It took me and the winch to get that thing turned this far, and I still got one more 90-degree turn to make. There's no way I'd ever get that thing turned with the cant hook, even with the help from the winch, against that square edge, so we're going to have to do it with the jack again. We're well over halfway. If you've stuck with us this far, why don't you just go ahead and like and subscribe. This thing's about a brute to handle. According to the Forestry Forum toolbox, this thing weighed about 2,400 pounds before I started whittling on it. Some of these boards are going to be about 14 inches wide. Some of them, the split will make them have to trim off, and some of them, the bark will have to come off. But it's not going to take too many of them to cover a 6 foot 4 inch trailer bed. We sawed a few more boards and took them one at a time to the trailer, just like we're going to do this one. These things are time consuming, so we just kind of left them out of the video. A 16.5-foot, 1.5-inch thick white oak board is too much for me to handle. I have to kind of use the fulcrum and lever method to get it on the forks. Took us 3 days, probably 6 or 7 hours work. We got a nice new trailer deck out of it. Be fun to have that. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and hope you come back and watch us again soon.